everybody, it's Emily Dark Schooling, and it's time to choose my April TBR. I skipped my TBR jar in March because I was doing middle grade March and that was enough. I didn't need an extra thing, but it's April, so it's time to see what the TBR jar wants me to read this month. Let's dig deep in here. And as always, I'm pulling out two things. If you're new here, these are just prompts that I made based on the books on my shelves. So this is my way of forcing myself to read my shelves and pick up things I already own. So let's see what the first one is. Ooh! The first prompt I pulled is Women Doing Crime. That could be fun. Okay, what's my second one? Let's decide. Oh, I just pulled Read the Rainbow, which basically is I need to pick a book per color. Do I want to read about women doing crime? Let me see what I have on this list. You know, the mood reader in me is really feeling strongly about picking a TBR based on color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get the whole rainbow, honestly, because that's a lot. But I can pick some things based on colors. So, okay, so that's I think what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go pull together my TBR, and I'll be right back. A TBR has been selected. This was harder than I anticipated. I don't know why. I thought, oh, picking colors will be so easy. No. There was much debate, but I think I'm happy with what I have picked. So let's go ahead and start talking about it. Before I get into my rainbow TBR, I want to talk about what we'll be reading for the ARG Book Club in April. So in April, we're going to read Theater of Marvels. This is by Leanne Dillsworth. And I've had this on my TBR for a while, and I've been really excited to pick it up. So I'm excited that we're going to read it together. So in this story, set in Victorian London, we're following an actress named Zilla. She is biracial, and she has worked her way up from the slums to make a name for herself in the theater world. And somebody I think an actress has gone missing, and she takes it upon herself to find out what happened to this other black woman. And that just sounds interesting to me. I love anything set in Victorian London. I love the idea of theater and that kind of thing. So I have a feeling this is going to be really fun to read. So I'm looking forward to reading that with you guys. So again, if you want to participate, just pick it up, read along with me this month, and we'll have our live show discussion here on my channel with me and Tanya on the first Saturday in May. I am still reading the March book, so I'm going to be reading this into April, but the live show for this, the postcard, isn't until Saturday, April 6th, so I have time. But I'm going to be kicking off April reading this because I'm starting it tomorrow. I haven't even started yet. Right now it is currently March 28th as I'm filming this. So I'm starting this. I'm definitely not going to finish it in March though. So I'll be reading this into April. This is the March book for book club, and it is a story about a woman uncovering the story of what happened to her family during the Holocaust. It's set in France. It's dual timelines, I think. So I don't know. I again, so excited about this book. I've been wanting to read it for ages. let's look at my rainbow TBR, shall we? This was super hard, but I think I have things here that I'm excited to read. So for pink, I'm going by the spine on this because it's a little bit on the cover, but mostly the pink is on the spine. And that is It Came From the Closet, Queer Reflections on Horror. This is edited by Joe Valise, and it is a collection of essays by a bunch of different authors about horror movies that had an impact on them and their coming out story, their relationship with their identity, and that sort of thing. So I love horror movies. I love reading about like people's commentary on movies in general. Like, I just think that's fun. So this seems like it's going to be right up my alley. I'm very excited to pick it up. For red, I have, there's just a little bit, but it counts. I have Night's Edge by Liz Karen. This is a vampire story. I think it's about a girl and her mother. Yeah, it's following a girl whose mother is a vampire, which means she must be too, I think, and she lives under like very strict rules, and she wants to break away from her mother. That's really all I know, that it's a story about mothers and daughters, but it's also vampires. I've just been really wanting to read this for a while now, so I made the excuse that it's red, so I could put it in my TBR this month. For blue, I want to read Snow Globe. This is by So-Young Park. Somebody, I don't remember who, but one of you recommended this to me a while ago, and I immediately bought it because it sounded so interesting. This is a translated work from Korea, and the basic idea of it, I think the tagline is it's a combination of the Hunger Games and Squid Game, which I'm like, that is a lot to live up to. I don't know that that's a fair assessment, but both of those things I thoroughly enjoyed. So I was definitely intrigued. I love dystopian literature. This is like, I don't know if I'm going to explain this right. This is a story set in a dystopian world similar to ours, where the whole world is frozen, basically, and it's like a cold, frigid wasteland. But there's this place that's inside of a snow globe, essentially, where it's nice to live. And if you live there, you are part of this like reality TV series that the rest of the world enjoys watching. And everybody wants to be able to live there. Like, that is the goal in life, is to get to be in the globe. But we're following a character who does get to go and live in the globe and discovers that maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not the paradise they think it is. So I love stuff like that. So this sounds great. I really want to read this. When I looked at my shelves immediately, I was like, well, for yellow, I have to read Yellowface. I've been wanting to pick this up for ages. It is yellow, so it definitely works for this challenge. And I just really want to read it. I've heard nothing but good things. This is a satire about two authors that are best friends. One of them is Asian, one of them is white. And I think the Asian author dies, maybe, and the white author steals her work and puts it out as her own. And that is like the basis of the story. So it sounds like it's going to be a really good time. I don't know. I really want to read this. For green, I picked up The Matchmaker's Gift by Linda Cohen Loigman. This is another one that it's been staring at me. It's so pretty. And, hold on, there's pickles on the cover. This is a story set in multiple timelines. I think we're following multiple characters as well. And it's about matchmaking. It is very Jewish. That's all I know. And I've just been wanting to read it. I read another book by this author, The Two Family House, a few years ago, and I really enjoyed that. And I've just been meaning to pick up more of her work, and I haven't yet. So I've had this sitting on my shelf for a while, and I really want to read it. I spent so much time looking for a purple book. I must have seen this on my shelf 1,000 times. And I went, oh, wait, that's purple. That works for purple. I'm going to finally read Bloodmarked. I need to read this sooner than later because I'm going to start forgetting Legendborn if it gets too much further out. I read Legendborn at the beginning of last year, so I really cannot put this off too long or I'll have to read Legendborn again. But this is a sequel. I can't really give you much of a synopsis because I have no idea. I've not read the synopsis for this because I obviously didn't want to spoil myself, but I also, now that I do know what happened in Legendborn, don't want to know until I start reading. But it's basically a like King Arthur retelling set in modern day with a black girl protagonist. And that's all I'm going to tell you. It's really good. There's a lot of twists and turns in Legendborn. It kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. So I've heard this is similar. For the Buzzword Reading Challenge, the prompt for April is to read a book with a nature word in the title. And I'm going to use Snow Globe for that because snow is a nature word. So I have that covered. And now, before I wrap this up, I need to pick my recommendation from one of you. I have 12 recommendations from 12 friends. I have read 3 of them so far, and they've all been really great, so I'm excited and nervous to pick my 4th one. I keep thinking at some point I'm going to hit a dud, but I haven't yet, so I'm hoping that won't happen. I'm going to grab 2, because, you know, the mood reader in me likes to have choices. So, okay, I'm scared. Let me see. What do I have? Ooh, I don't know if I want to read that yet. That feels heavy. Ooh, I don't own you yet. I keep saying I'm going to buy it. But I really want it. But is it the right time? Okay, you know what? This feels better. Okay. Technically, I made 3 selections. But, you know, I like one of these I really do want to read. It's just doesn't feel like the right time. Does that make sense? And the other one was just a heavier book that I just don't know that I have the brain space for right now. But I pulled Hey Hun. This was recommended to me by Amy at Homeschool Life. And so this is nonfiction about multi-level marketing. So like the idea of all these women contacting you to, you know, join their business plan, that sort of thing. So I don't know, I love reading stuff like this, so I think this is definitely up my alley, and I'm pretty sure I can get it on Hoopla, so even better, because I really want to do this one as an audiobook. I just feel like this is the kind of book that I would like to listen to. So I'm excited to read that. So yeah, there you go. That is my TBR. Oh wait, no, I forgot a book. Hold on. Oh, I almost, and it's orange. Oh my God. I almost forgot. I got this at the library and I really need to read it like in the next 2 weeks so I can take it back. And oh my God, it's orange, kind of, so it counts. I have The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. I've been hearing so much about this book. People are raving about it. I've been told by several of you that I should read it. So I went and got it at my library, and I am very excited about this. I've never really read, well, that's not true. I was gonna say I've never read anything by Tananarive. Excuse me. I was gonna say I've never read anything by Tananarive Due, but I have. I read a short story that she wrote in Out There Screaming last month. So that was great. I'm really excited to pick this up. I don't know what this is about. I think it's historical. I think it has to do with a boarding school. That's all I know. I'm just excited to pick it up. And it's orange. I didn't pick an orange book. Somewhere in my subconscious I knew that I already had an orange book lined up to read this month. So here we are. My TBR. It actually doesn't look nearly as ambitious as it usually is, but that's fine because I'm probably going to add other things that I need to read for work purposes in here too. So, but I'm excited to read The Rainbow in April and get to a lot of things that have been on my TBR for a very long time. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what books you are looking forward to reading in the month of April, and we can chat about it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.